The world, of course, coming together to celebrate Argentina going through. Lionel Messi on the back of every single newspaper that led with the World Cup. Now, Luka Modric speaking after this. Here we go. Don't shout, Craig. I do not like to talk about referees, but this one is one of the worst. He's a disaster. We were fine controlling the game, and this corner that the referee didn't give us and the penalty, which for me wasn't one, changed everything. Alvarez shoots and collides with our goalkeeper. He goes for him. I can't believe he gave the penalty. That killed us. They were split yesterday, Craig. We had Shaka and Frank say that it wasn't a penalty. Ali and Stevie said it was.
I thought it was.
Right.
Yeah, primarily because, I mean, once he comes out like that, Livakovic, and I understand he has to come out, and it was like a pinball thing with Alvarez going through. And I've saw even some of the arguments from people in England about, oh, this is disgraceful, it should never have been. At the end of the day, once he knocks it past him and the keeper commits, if he doesn't play the ball, if he nicks it, the only way he's going to save a penalty if he gets a hand or a thigh or any contact on the ball. Once he commits, that's the only way he's going to avoid a penalty. I even saw some. Wait to hear this. I saw as an analysis to this. I don't know if you saw this. Some UK pundits whipped up the Battiston-Schumacher challenge.
Oh my goodness!
From the 1982 World Cup. And said, yes, Frank, and said, look, this wasn't a penalty. And I'm thinking, because that was 1982, and you were still almost allowed to shoot somebody on the field.
Yeah.
Right.
If you haven't seen that YouTube, it's incredible.
When Schumacher comes out, doesn't make a normal attempt for the ball, turns his back, and basically almost wipes Battiston out, completely shatters his jaw, knocks him unconscious. The guy was in a terrible state. They used that as an analysis. I've never heard an answer so stupid in all my life. I thought it was a penalty. I don't really see what the big debate is once he came out. I just don't see it.
Frank?
Yes, of course, it's not like Battiston and Schumacher. that was something very much different. So if we decide to accept the fact that it was a penalty because the goalkeeper smashed Alvarez, why you don't, if you are the ref, don't cancel the second goal when Alvarez, after leaving the ball, smashes the goalkeeper? Because that's the case. When Alvarez is hit, if we consider that the goalkeeper hit Alvarez on the first goal, the ball is already out. Okay. So if we decide that's a penalty for that, why the penalty is not cancelled on the second goal where Alvarez hits the goalkeeper?
I just don't remember that one.
That was where the ball was pinning around everywhere. It came to Alvarez, took it nicely, and he followed through and then clashed with the goalkeeper.
That's the... Do you mean the one that he scores with?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
That is the point that Frank is making.
Yeah. Shaka Hislop is here, everybody. He was supposed to be outside the stadium with Jules. He was at the game, but their microphone was broken, so they've whipped in here.
So Shaq and who didn't think it was a...
Shaka and Frank.
Yes.
Yeah. Shaka, have you changed your mind since yesterday?
No, why would I?
I don't know,
stand
24
by what
hours
I said
to dwell on
I think
it.
Livakovic got to a position. Nope, I think Livakovic got to a position, held it, and Alvarez continued into him. I didn't think it was a foul. I think it's one of those incidental contacts that happen.
Jules?
I have to say I thought it was a penalty. I think it's very clumsy from Livakovic, and I think Alvarez may be very intelligent and clever the way he does it, but you have to give it. Listen, with VAR now, they would have checked it, they would have looked at it again and again in all different angles. And if they really thought there was a doubt, they would have had something about it. In case they clearly all agreed, because I think it was a foul.
I must have missed a bit where Livakovic stopped.
Nobody wants to answer my question. Nobody wants to answer my question. So
we didn't have time, Frank. Frank, we've got to move on. We've got to move on, Frank. We've got to go. We've got to go because I got to promote the Gab and Jules podcast.
It was a great question, though. Great question.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.